Yo, what's going on YouTube? So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I did this chocolate chip camo on my gun with spray paint. So to the left is the stock version of the gun, how it came. It's the bronze version, and to the right is that beautiful finish that we have. I'm not gonna lie, that shit came out so nasty for a spray paint job. I will list everything in the description below that I used, but right here we have the brownells matte clear, which is the best clear coat in my opinion, krylon khaki and sand, rustoleum brown, moss green, and black. And these colors, you guys obviously seen at the beginning of the video, nasty color combo. So we have the gun all taken apart to my liking as much as I wanted it to be apart. So the first step is to pretty much hang the gun somewhere to where you can get full coverage of your base coat. So we're gonna start off with the matte moss green as our base coat. So the cool thing about this matte moss green is it looks tan in some lights, it looks white in some lights, and in some lights it even looks green, like when I take it outside. Now that we're outside, you can see the green in the moss green. It doesn't look tan like it did inside, but Rust-Oleum had a perfect finish in my opinion. Next time I paint a gun, I'm only gonna use Rust-Oleum paint because I ran into a bump in the road with the krylon, which you guys will see here. But the next step is to put the chocolate chip camo stencil on. So if you want the stencil to go from the slide to the handle, you're gonna wanna put your gun together like I did, and then you're gonna wanna follow that up with the brown. So underneath the stencil right now is gonna be moss green, and as you guys can see, this is the brown finish that we ended up with. It looks like a chocolate bar in my opinion. See right here, look, boom, you guys can read the words on the slide. Like Rust-Oleum had the simplest finish. But we're gonna layer a second layer of the stencils on, and then we're gonna follow that up with a krylon khaki. So this is where we got into the bump in the road right here. This is our third finish. This is the krylon khaki, and I don't know if it's because it was raining outside at the time I was painting it. Even though I'm in the garage, it could have been a little humid. I don't know what it was, but as you guys can see right there, it had texture to it, you know what I'm saying? Like it looked weird. So luckily my girlfriend had like these little buffing pads for her nails, and ended up using one of those to pretty much sand down everything. Like you guys can see inside that trigger, it's just super lumpy. We got some of that down. I still have to work on the trigger a little bit more, but yeah, it pretty much, I was stressed out from this because you can barely see the GF on the side, so I wanted to sand that down as best as I could. But right here is the final result of me sanding it down, and now we're gonna take off the stencil, and ooh, look at that. It looks so good, right? So we're not done yet. Now we're gonna add the circles. You could stop here or you could keep going, but in my opinion I'll keep going because I almost did stop here, but I was like, nah, we gotta finish the job. So now it's time to add the open stencils. So these are pretty much gonna act as rocks in the desert. So what I did here, you see the imperfections right there. You guys see how the lines are overlapping, and right here we got a little bit of overspray. What I did, I'm gonna cover all that up with these circles. So if you guys have any imperfections, now is the time to cover them up. But again, we're gonna follow it up with some krylon sand. And I was so nervous using the sand because of what happened with the khaki. But surprisingly, the sand came out with a smoother finish. I don't know why, maybe I got a bad can of khaki, but next we're gonna use the closed circles to make the shadows. So you're gonna wanna cover up majority of those sand circles we just painted, leave a little bit open, and you're gonna wanna paint that black. I'm gonna paint my bottom mag piece right there black, and then you're gonna hit up every other stencil again, full black, get full coverage. Make sure you put the circles all around. Next, it's time to remove the stencil, but the job's not done yet because you have to hit it with the matte clear. And in my opinion, this matte clear came out amazing. It does not scuff after a few days, but different color and different lightings. Like I said, you guys see how the matte moss green looks white, but then when you go to the shadow right here, it looks a little bit tan. We're about to go into the shadow, boom, it looks tan. But in my opinion, this job came out amazing. So here's the full before, just really quickly, boom, decent gun, you know, and then bam, damn, ooh. But yeah, hit that like button if you guys did enjoy today's video. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. Comment down below how you guys think I did on my gun. Are you guys gonna try this on your gun? But yeah, make sure you guys subscribe. I will be posting a lot more videos, a lot more gun videos, painting guns, going to the range, all that good stuff. But yeah, enjoy the rest of this montage, because that shit came out great.